Hollywood stars that should have never been exposed. Number 10, Sofia Vergara. Vergara seems like a ray of sunshine. Her smile is contagious. She can easily light up the room, but not everything is as good as it seems. Sofia Vergara's brothers are victims of substance abuse and violence. In 1989, her older brother lost his life during a botched kidnapping attempt. Her younger brother Julio slowly slipped into substance addiction until he was finally deported back to Colombia in 2011. It's a dramatic twist of fate for the otherwise lighthearted Vergara. No one is ever truly immune to life's struggles, no matter how bright they might seem. Let this be a reminder that even in dark times, we can choose to look on the bright side. That's exactly what Vergara chose to do. She uses her comedic talents and her upbeat personality to spread joy and positivity in an effort to turn such a tragic story into something more uplifting. Despite all odds, she remains cheerful and strong, just like her brothers would have wanted her to be. Sometimes life throws us curveballs, but with enough strength and courage, you can always overcome them. Number 9, Woody Harrelson. Woody, many would agree, is a talented dude who has near limitless potential. His acting chops are already legendary, but how many of you know that Woody Harrelson's father, Charles Harrelson, was last century's most notorious hitman? Charles Harrelson committed the first ever recorded assassination of a federal judge. He once unalived a carpet salesman over a disagreement for mere $1,500. His life is even more dramatic than his son's acting roles. No matter, he was the inspiration for Woody's iconic dark characters. Well, it sure looks like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree in this case. People say like father, like son, and in some ways, I guess that is the case. Number 8, Rihanna. The anti-singer woke up one day and came to a shocking truth. Her beloved father was not just an addict, he was also a sex addict. Ronald Fenty had 2 daughters and a son that he had never told Rihanna about. He was also a master of disguise and had been married 4 times in the past without his family knowing. It was a dramatic revelation that changed Rihanna's life forever. She channeled her emotions into her music, creating some of the most powerful anthems about love, loss, betrayal, and heartache. No matter how hard Ronald tried to hide his secrets, he couldn't keep them hidden from the world any longer. Rihanna may have experienced tragedy in her past, but she turned it into something beautiful with her music. Rihanna's story is a powerful example of how life can take us on unexpected journeys. Despite the tragedy she faced, she didn't let it define her. Instead, she used it as motivation to create something truly amazing and inspiring. She embraced what happened to her in order to write music that resonates with fans around the world. That's why we're so lucky to have an artist like Rihanna in our lives, someone who continues to use her experiences to bring light into the darkness. So don't be afraid of your past. Look at it as an opportunity for growth and transformation. Number 7, Kathy Griffin. Kathy seems like she is all about laughs and smiles, but never judge a book by its cover. Her autobiography, My Life on the D-List, details how her brother was inappropriate with her. This led to long-term trauma she is still dealing with, and Kenny Griffin was later sent to prison for physically abusing his wife and passed away there. It's a dramatic story that her fans are still trying to wrap their heads around, but Kathy Griffin didn't let this tragedy keep her down. She used it as fuel and kept pushing forward with determination despite the odds being stacked against her. These days she's stronger than ever and continues to make us laugh with her witty and punny jokes. Her strength in adversity is an inspiration to many lucky enough to enjoy her comedic genius. Number 6, Richard Pryor. The comedian was the son of a prostitute who raised him in his mother's house, which also served as a brothel. When his mother gave up on him, Pryor was raised by his abusive grandmother. Richard Pryor's father was an absentee and a hustler. Luckily, the little guy managed to turn a lifetime of pain into comedy. Pryor had an uncanny ability to take frustrating situations and turn them into stories that made people laugh. His comedic style was often dramatic with a sharp wit that pushed the boundaries of conventional comedy. He also included plenty of puns in his routines, giving audiences something extra to chuckle about. Richard Pryor truly had a unique talent for making light out of the darkest times, and though he endured numerous personal hardships during his life, Richard Pryor's sense of humor has never dampened. It only grew stronger. He used his struggles as inspiration for his comedy, and it made him one of the most successful comedians in history. Whether he was delivering off-the-cuff jokes or planned lines from beloved movies like Blazing Saddles, Richard always had something funny to say. And from his early days in small clubs, Pryor grew to become an international superstar with legions of fans all over the world, and his legacy as a comedic genius will live forever. Number 5, Mariah Carey. The famous singer's sister had been suffering from a bipolar disorder since decades. This has given her a very dark secret to hold, and she had been arrested for promiscuous acts. Although it's a very serious and dramatic situation, she hasn't let it get her down. She still finds things to laugh about and has been able to make light of some pretty tough circumstances. Her sense of humor is one of the qualities that have really helped her cope with life. They say laughter is the best medicine after all. Number 4, Rose McGowan, the famous actress who likes having her past remain hidden. Apparently she was raised by a sex cult called the Children of God. Her parents and the rest of the cultists believed in free love, so she saw rampant abuse and mistreatment of women, but left when she was a teenager. Rose is a dramatic example of someone who escaped a life filled with abuse. It's truly inspiring that she achieved success after going through such struggles. She's an inspiration to many, proving that it's possible to overcome difficult odds and still reach your dreams. Her story proves that you can survive even the most challenging circumstances and have a better future. So let's take a moment to appreciate Rose and her dramatic story of escaping the clutches of a cult. She is an amazing example of resilience and strength that we can all learn from. Don't forget to thank your lucky stars for having the freedom to make decisions in life. It's something we must never take for granted. On to number 3, Robert Downey Jr. Robert's substance use-filled life almost destroyed his career and personal life. It was his father, Robert Downey Sr., who first forced his 8-year-old son to try substances and alcohol. Luckily, both men are sober now and regret their past actions, but Robert Downey Jr.'s story reminds us that with a little inspiration and a lot of luck, your story can take a dramatic turn for the better. There's hope still. Sometimes we need to go through dark times to appreciate the light, and while there's no denying that addiction can bring darkness into our lives, remember that brighter days are coming. On to number 2, Charlize Theron. Charlize grew up on a farm in South Africa, and one night, her parents got into an altercation which tragically led to her father passing away on the spot. Gerda Theron never faced any charges, and Charlize rarely talks about the incident. But when asked about it, she admitted that it was a dramatic event in her life. In hindsight, she believes that the incident helped shape her into the strong woman she is today. She says, "Sometimes you have to go through some drama to find your own power." Indeed, the incident proved to be a catalyst for an incredible journey of success and self-discovery. The passing away of her father had a profound effect on Charlize and propelled her onto the path of stardom. Today she is one of Hollywood's most successful actors with countless awards and recognitions under her belt. Through it all, she credits her strength to having gone through such a dramatic event early on in life. Who would have thought that such a tragedy could become the driving force for greatness? Charlize is living proof that it's not always doom and gloom. Sometimes you can take the lemons life throws at you and make some sweet lemonade. It's amazing what one dramatic event can do to transform someone's life. Charlize's story shows us that even in our darkest moments, there is light if we look hard enough. And she proved that with courage and determination, we can overcome any obstacle in our way. So never give up on your dreams. It might just take a little drama here and there to get where you want to be. After all, fortune favors the bold. And finally, number 1, Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan inherits his knack for risk-taking from his parents. His father was a secret agent working for the Nationalist Guard. The two met when his father busted Chan's then soon-to-be mother for substance possession. Even though they were on opposite sides of the law, it was love at first sight. Little did they know that their dramatic union would spawn one of the greatest action stars of all time. From his parents, Jackie Chan inherited his affinity for danger and death-defying stunts. He's been performing incredible feats of daring throughout his entire career, which has spanned over 5 decades. If there's something crazy to do on a movie set, you can bet your bottom dollar that Jackie's game. His impressive resume includes fighting off hundreds of bad guys in The Protector, scaling skyscrapers in Police Story 2, and even surviving a plane crash in Project, a Part 2. That's what makes him such an icon. He's not scared to put his life on the line for a good action scene. The unique style and charm of Jackie Chan is legendary. His combination of martial arts, comedic chops, and death-defying stunts have made him an international superstar. Even at the age of 65, he continues to thrill audiences with his larger-than-life presence, proving that lightning can indeed strike twice. It's no wonder why we love him him so much. Without a doubt, Jackie Chan will go down in history as one of the greatest action stars ever. But that is all for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more news on your faves. I'll catch you next time on The